big force in the fact that Liquid was able to run up a huge score on them. That momentum that they gained from that, which is, it sometimes sounds like a silly thing to do, like maybe a little bit of a platitude, but the crowd was definitely a big factor in that series. And then, you know, things turn south. But still, that's going to help Cloud9 if they're able to get a couple rounds in a row and this crowd gets loud, if Luminosity kind of gets shaken, as we saw it happen at the Major. They're able to bounce back, still very difficult to defeat, but that will be huge. And right off the bat, everyone from Cloud9 towards this A-bomb site. No desire to gain map control anywhere else, and you can see there's going to be a push on Catwalk as well, so all 5 members of Luminosity are going to be here very, very quickly.
They know it's going to be coming into this bomb site, but Cloud9, they're ready to execute, they're ready to push themselves in. Fur finds the first pickup, dropping down below, looking for more, he's hungry, but Skadoodle responds back. FNX, though, is there to pick up the trade as he finds another one. Fallen picking up the third and the fourth as he drops nothing, and now it's just down to Skadoodle in the 1v4, but he's trapped in Sandwich, tries to push out, but it's not going to work. Cold finishes off the first round in the favor of the Brazilians, and they'll go 1-0 to start things off.
Yeah, keeping it simple from Cloud9, and they get annihilated. That's that. I mean, this is just the fundamental. Luminosity is going to be so good on these retakes. It's one of the strengths on Mirage, where retakes and post-plant situations are so incredibly important on this map. Luminosity will have a huge edge there.
And now going into the second round, of course, usual investment coming out from the Luminosity side. Nothing too unordinary, but Cloud9 have gone as well for the force up here. Upgraded pistols, a couple Deagles, P250s and whatnot, a little bit of utility sitting behind it too, but they're very split. 2 of them trying to push over towards that A-bomb site, but we also have 3 sort of in the direction of leaning towards a B hit. A lot of noise being made, but Luminosity with some good timing and a nice shot from Taco coming into the smoke. He's already found the first kill of the round on Shroud.
This is really rough as well because there is an investment from Cloud9. There is armor, there's upgraded pistols. They're going to need to at least get some kills to make this work. Bomb plant obviously would be great for them, but it's going to be very, very difficult at the moment with Shroud out of the game already. There's a nice pop flash. Taco, Stewie does get into cover, but the intel is there. One player was creeping up. And with 2 members over towards White Van, it is going to be difficult. Skadoodle brought down to 31 as well.
No smokes, unfortunately, in the hands of C9 now to get themselves actually out onto this bomb site and get the plant. Stewie trying to take another duel with Taco, but it doesn't pay off, although Cold does overexpose himself, leaves himself in the open, so nothing is going to be able to catch that kill at the very least. Unfortunately, the alarms have been sounded now, and everybody from Luminosity is on the way, so it's going to be a swift shutdown after that. And Taco finishes things off with style with another nice USP shot.
Yeah, looking clinical. Even though there was that a little bit of a overcommit to that fight in Halls, you could see, I mean, once he swings out, it came back to what we just mentioned, where even if it doesn't work, the intel you gain, you see so many bodies, so the rotation, they have no problem just getting over there as quick as possible, not too worried about any kind of a fate coming out. This time for Cloud9 with no success in that previous round, no armor, no upgraded pistols, just 1 flashbang on a Slemmy. That better be a damn good flash.
All of them lining up right now outside of the B-bomb site, getting ready to go for a very quick hit. But at the same time, Luminosity have already gotten aggressive. They're starting to push themselves up to the top of middle. They know for sure this is definitely not going to be an A hit, so they can get the defenses lined up pretty quickly. Maybe even try to cut them off and not even really allow these players to push into the site to begin with. There's now Cold. You can see him pushing up, getting aggressive, looking for the first kill. He's going to find it there on the Slemmy, already cutting some of these guys off, and C9 now have to go for a regroup.
Yeah, he's just farming at the moment, getting aggressive, but he does get found out by Stewie. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but still, they know Cloud9's very, very far away from any of the bomb sites, and now it's going to be FNX's turn to push up, but Taco in the halls. He finds Shroud, and this round's essentially already over. So much control from Luminosity, so much aggressive stances. There's really nothing that Cloud9 can use to get back into this.
And it is the moment, too, they're going to see the bomb still pushing itself through the back B halls. As Taco waits himself inside of the kitchen area of the apartments, the rest of the team still a little bit split up here. Don't have the actual intel as of yet, but unfortunately, with very minimal investment here from C9, it's going to be very hard to actually shut down Taco. And there we go, 2 kills. Easy peasy, even finds the third one almost there. Brings Stewie down to 16 HP. Trying to finish him off. Stewie's just taking the duel anyway, so he's hanging around, fighting time. And he should be going down in just a few minutes to give Luminosity the 3-0 start to this one.
Very convincing 3-0 as well. Not really any danger in those 3 rounds. So now into the first gun round, what do they have in store? And this is what we talked about, going up against Mirage or Overpass, take your pick. Hopefully they had something planned for this Mirage, here against Luminosity, but you can see Taco opening line up for him here. It's really, really good stuff from him.
And So now as we get ourselves into the first gun round, the investment coming in from C9, no op coming out into the picture just as of yet, and actually Slummy has to downgrade himself to a Galil to bring a little bit more utility into the mix. These are not looking in very good shape at all. They've really got any kills, to be completely honest, even on their eco round, so not building up any bank whatsoever, and they've essentially bought out completely here on this first gun round.
Yeah, and Luminosity, they just want to go for the throat right off the bat. Double op setup in the 4th round, they spend the money for it. Perhaps thinking that maybe Cloud9's going to come in and maybe be a little bit sloppy on some executions, maybe try and go for some sort of pick style. And with these ops, I mean, they can, if they get a couple opening kills with them, then they'll just have a very, very strong round and be able to build up even more money. Very centralized defense, though, out of Luminosity. 4 members ready to crunch over towards any point of attack in mid.
Later times in the flashbangs now starting to come out from Luminosity, but Cloud9 also moving very, very slowly to try and get some mid-control going. Nothing posted up at the top behind the boxes, and Shroud mainly just making some noise with smokes and whatnot further back outside of the underpass there. As they start to molly and smoke things out, it's going to draw more and more of that attention over towards middle. The rest of C9, they get ready to go for the actual execute back over by the ramp, and they'll slowly start to creep forward. Nothing wants to take a little bit more of an advantage, but we can see Luminosity, they're stacked up here, and it's going to be very hard for him to get outside of this. Takes the first duel and loses it. FNX gets dropped. Shroud responds, but Fallen is another one as well for the CT side. He's going to be able to take down Stewie, but Shroud's holding his own back over in middle, brings this into a 3-on-3, and they will get control of the site.
Yeah, pretty clever hit. Cloud9, so much pressure put on the middle portion of the map, and then they swing back towards the A site. Narrow miss from Fallen. He does respond to the second, and there's the other op coming into play. And FNX on the rotation. In a 3-on-3, Cloud9 gets stopped cold. They did get into the site, couldn't get the plant, though.
So unfortunately not going to be able to find that, and we were already talking about just how low their cash was, so probably not even going to be able to go for another investment here on this round unless they really decide they want to try and force it up, and we can see it there too. Not really going to be able to purchase all that much, just a couple smokes, mainly going to be looking for the plant this time around.
Yeah, and they'll have the full losing bonus into the next round as well, so they'll be getting a lot of money there, but look at Fur. This is just him. MP9 pushing up, going farming, finds one. They had nades in their hands. He almost could have got a second, but they know it's coming, and now they can fall back, and Cloud9, they've thrown some of the utility for this execute, but they know they can't do anything.
The good news is they didn't actually manage to use a whole lot of it, so they still have 4 smokes sitting in the arsenal. The problem is they're going to get chased in a moment. Oh, almost a script there, and I think that molly actually missed, but it's going to first four Fur into the duel zone now as he moves his way out. Picks up 2 kills already, shutting down Skadoodle. 2 more left alive, and they've essentially already shut this round down. The guys from C9 just try to smoke themselves off, but even that's not working. Fur going off, already sitting up on 4 kills himself. Can he get the ace is the question. Slummy's going to be able to take down his teammate, so it will. Fur grabs the ace, shuts down C9, and gives another one to the side of Luminosity.
With the SMG as well, so much bonus money just built up. That's sick. That's going to be really, really tough for Cloud9 to have to deal with. Going to have to win multiple rounds in a row to deplete the money that was just built up by Fur. But that's the thing. This is what we talked about on the desk as well, that kind of aggressive stance, even on the defensive side, I think, completely denying anything from Cloud9. They just wanted to execute. They just wanted to sit back, not cause issues, and throw their smokes, and Fur doesn't even want to let it happen.
So now Luminosity off to a strong start here. Finally, though, C9 getting themselves up to a solid investment. Good molly placement early, too. There's a semi-decent amount of damage over on the Fallen, but at the same time, nothing. All this control he's gotten back over here on the Cat. He's going to push forward a lot. However, Fur will find the first kill elsewhere. As Stewie did try to push himself out onto the A-bomb site. Nothing just giving away his position 2, and Cold's going to be able to shut that back down, so things are not starting out well. Great flashbang from Fur, but bad execution as Slemmy is able to take down Fur, finding something at the very least for C9, but such a little control game. They do have to abandon this A hit and fall back for a little bit longer.
Well, the bomb is still dropped, which is a little bit of a bummer, but you can see Luminosity, I mean, they have such a huge advantage, or they have a 4-on-3. Once these smokes come out, once the members over towards mid-connector and jungle get blocked off by smokes, they don't try and pressure the situation. They actually just relocate, make sure that they have control of the rest of the map before focusing on any kind of retake scenario. And because this tactic has been stalled out by Cloud9, because the execute's not working and the bomb's so far back, you can see how cautious they have to be.
Just over 40 seconds left here for Cloud9 to try and find themselves onto a bomb site here, and keep in mind how light the defense still is. But it'll be a very quick rotation from Luminosity in the event C9 does decide to finally go back into this bomb site. They're doing it now, starting to smoke things off with what they have left and molly things off as well. FNX, though, still very calm as he waits for a player to come out from up top there by the Palace, but Shroud is going to be able to take him down, eliminates FNX, and evens things out once again into a 3-on-3, but C9 still very hesitant. Finally, they get that bomb onto the ground. It's just in time, too, as they were running very low on it.
Another retake for Luminosity. 2 ops to utilize. Skadoodle watching for his flank. No one's going to be there. He doesn't know that quite yet. From this range, he's got to hold the angles for his teammate, because Slemmy and Shroud, they're so incredibly low. Any battle they get in, they could fall very quickly. And here it comes. No utility left on the LG side. Taco gets the opening kill, and now it crumbles. Shroud's forced into a battle. Nice shot. He's made it possible, but Cold shuts it down. Too much to deal with, and not enough HP to do it with.
So again, another one from Luminosity, and they continue to remain flawless here in this matchup. C9, they've gotten themselves onto the site plenty of times, but such heavy trades, and they leave themselves with such low HP that they either struggle to even get the plant going down onto the ground, or they cannot hold themselves in the post-plant scenario. So Luminosity with no reason to struggle just as of yet. They haven't necessarily gotten themselves, Luminosity this is, into a really stable economical situation. We can still see there's quite a few players sitting on the low amount. So if we can see C9 continuously trade this off, finally pick up a round, maybe you'll have one or two more forces coming after Luminosity, but you can get back control of the economy pretty quickly. And just that now, this late in the half, you do need to start stacking up those rounds very quickly.
It's also a little bit of a bummer as well. You can see Cloud9, because maybe a little bit light on utility, they're using a lot of Molotovs almost as just mini smokes. Not using them during the executions to block off positions that Luminosity could be playing in. They're using them in the windows so no one can peek it so they can gain mid-control. So now when they choose to execute, they're going to have to clear everything.
So the guys from C9 now lining up a 3-man hit through the back alley over here towards the B bomb site. But Taco already posted up, ready to re-smoke inside of the apartments and hold these guys back even more. Nade's going to go out, not really going to connect, unfortunately. Still a little bit too far up, a bit early on that one. But it's not really going to stop C9 from pushing themselves in. They're posted up now, mainly trying to make sure that nobody from Luminosity pushes them on the flank. But there's going to be Fallen finding the first kill. It's against Stewie as he tries to throw himself into this A-bomb site, an alternate lurk, but hasn't actually affected the main push. However, again, the utility from Luminosity is still so strong. They've just mollied it up, and again, Cloud9 are going to be held back for even longer. And here comes another molly, too. They're just not having any luck, and this might just be a slaughter here. Taco, 1, 2, and 3, shuts it down. And the last one alive is going to be nothing, but what hope does he have? In a 1-on-5, where not a single health point of damage has been knocked off of Luminosity.
Yeah, none will. Cloud9 completely caught off guard there. In this double op setup from Luminosity, it came out in the 4th round, and you can see why. It's great effect at the moment. I believe we're going to have a pause here from Cloud9 as they have to figure something out. What can they do to get into this? Because they're getting shut up everywhere they go, and it does come down to these ops. It does come down towards the late round. I mean, Fallen's able to get that pick onto Stewie. And that death was kind of needless in the sense that nothing came from it. You know, even him going up alone into that A-bomb site, what do you actually imagine he's going to be able to do? Especially at this point, Cloud9 has to know there's 2 ops on the board.
So as well here too, like you were mentioning previously, a lot of the utility usage has been somewhat poor from C9. We can see it from round to round, using a lot of Molotovs very early on, and that doesn't leave them with a whole lot to actually get out onto the site, especially when you consider how much Luminosity have to throw at them. That last round specifically, in the last like 5 or 6 seconds of the round, I think they used like 2 Molotovs and a smoke to try and hold them back, and Cloud9 tried to push through, but they just couldn't do anything about that because they had already used most of their own utility to get, you know, even just to that position in the back of the site.
Yeah, and this is going to be tough, and this is where you kind of also see the disparity, how we talked about how dominant Cloud9 was versus CLG. It's kind of a little bit of a wake-up call in the sense that, you know, LG's at a whole other level at the moment. At the point where even just tactically now, Cloud9's not even getting a chance to really utilize any of that skill that they have. They're just getting stone-cold destroyed everywhere they go.
And it's not even necessarily, too, that Luminosity needs to deny, like, mid-control or anything. They're actually basically handing a lot of that mid-control over to C9. It's just they block off the wings, they block off Cat, they'll block off Connector. And yeah, Cloud9 can get mid-control, but they can't get outside of it. They'll just corral them to their players in there. As soon as they try to actually get themselves onto a bomb site, they just get ripped to shreds by Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, it's done this tactic by LG on defense, the double up setup. I'll bring it up again just because they're doing such a good job of, they have these expensive and very, very effective weapons. And they're doing such a good job with their setups of allowing those ops to be the first ones to really ring out and find the opening kills. You know, the rifles aren't playing too aggressive. They're not getting picked off and having the ops have to rotate into an awkward situation. They're saying, all right, we're just going to see what the oppers find, and then we'll go from there.
So again, still waiting for the Cloud9 guys to unpause themselves and get back into this game. A lot of struggles at this point, a lot of issues to settle out, and in all honesty, not a whole lot of time to do it with a 7-0 lead already stacking up for Luminosity. And it's going to take time just to break through that now. Cloud9 are already struggling from the back, and they're going to have a hard time fighting back to get themselves into this match. But it is on pause now, guys. And we'll go back into things. As C9, unfortunately, broken. They are going to be able to upgrade some armor behind these upgraded pistols, but very quick attempt at an execute, and already 2 of them have fallen, 2 fallen himself.
Nicely done. Nicely done, Blue.
Just complete accident, I swear.
For now, it's only Skadoodle and nothing left, and they're going to get mopped up. Again, the op having a huge impact before anything even gets started. And Cloud9, they've struggled to even get close to the bomb sites.
So not a whole lot happening that round. And obviously, with the round being the buy it was, the pause really doesn't come into play on that round. It comes into play on the next round when they actually have the money to go for the investment. They've been on that max losing bonus for like 3 or 4 rounds now, so this is where we hopefully see whatever they took that pause for come into fruition. And Skadoodle also going to be able to get the op into his own hands this round too.
Yeah, he's been very quiet on the T side with this op, and here's a little bit of aggression. This could catch Stewie off guard, but it's not. It actually catches Fur off. He didn't think that Stewie would be in that position so soon. So how does LG respond to this one? It's one of the rare moments we've seen Cloud9 have an advantage in a round. Plenty of time left, obviously. That happened very early in the round, so 1.5 minutes for Cloud9 to play with on this T side to see if they can peel apart this defense, force some rotations, try and find the weak spot.
Luminosity, though, is still playing their final 4 players in 2 groups, so they're going to have to push themselves forward quite heavily in order to get past the final 4 on the side of Luminosity. They're even moving out now, trying to get a bit more aggressive to try and scout for some intel, but what they're not seeing is that there is a big push coming out from C9 back over through those halls right now. They're getting ready to push themselves into the B bomb site, and if Luminosity does not fall back very soon here from CAD, it is going to be an open take that they'll have to work themselves back into if they want to try and win this round and keep their record flawless.
Well, they do have the op on Catwalk. Cold, I mean, there's going to be a time on this, and it might be now if he hears these smokes start pluming, and he's not blocked off. This is a little bit of a mistake. Cloud9 needs one more smoke here. Cold could just pick him off from range. Him and Taco coming back, but no reason to get Taco too far in there. He has all the intel, lands a leg shot as he jumps out the window. That's a little bit scary for Luminosity. Slummy does fall, and there's Fallen and FNX. Taco, he dies, but so much damage is done by LG. This is not working out.
Shroud, unfortunately, caught from 2 separate angles and not able to take either of them down. So the last one alive is going to be Skadoodle. He's got the bomb in hand, but he's not going to have a whole lot of time left to make this execution work. 20 seconds left in the 1v3, and actually looks like he's calling it off completely just to try and save the op. So that's going to be another one now, a 9th round going into the hands of LG.
Here's the crazy thing. If you look at that scoreboard, those rounds, there's only 1 plant in this half so far for Cloud9. They've struggled to get any kind of success. That's the first shot Skadoodle has fired in this round, by the way. His investment into that AWP, we talked about he would have to have a big impact to open things up, to get a pick here and there for his team. Well, he's not even having the opportunity to do it, so LG is doing a great job of not giving him opportunities.
So there we go, guys. Luminosity so far just putting up a show-stopping performance. And C9 can't even find the strat that works for them to get themselves onto this bomb site, get the bomb down, and then actually hold off for the remaining portion of the round here. Just an absolute slaughter at this point. C9 going for another buy, but again, they don't really have a whole lot of utility sitting behind. It's the same problem that we've seen in many rounds before. Only really getting the basics in hand, and for most guys, they don't even get that.
This might be one of the rare times that Cloud9, I mean, this is almost where you have to go to your star players, the guys like Skadoodle, like nothing, and just say, make something happen for us. Make a play. Do whatever you think is going to work this round, but we need you to land something to give us an opportunity, because strategically, on a team-wide sense, nothing's working for Cloud9.
And it's Skadoodle and Shroud trying to push their way into the A bomb site now on their lonesome too, while the actual hit is going to be back over towards B more than likely, but Fallen has already taken down Skadoodle. Wasn't able to catch him quickly enough when he pushed out of that smoke, and Shroud was nowhere to be found, unfortunately, to try and catch a trade. He was still halfway down the T-ramp itself, so no way he's going to be able to pull that off. And now he's on his own too, and I'm pretty sure they're already aware that he's here, whereas the rest of the team, well, what are they going to do now? Now their fake is failed, and going into the B bomb site would still leave most of the defenses there. So it looks like they are going to try to shift some of their players through underpass now and move the bomb back over to the T-ramp to group up with Shroud and try to go for an A hit.
That's going to have to be a pinch into this A bomb site. Only 1 smoke to use as well, and that's on Shroud. That's going to be in the center of the map. That's going to be over towards mid. It's not at A, so the op of Fallen, if he can get back towards CT spawn, which as the timer's running low, he is going to be there, it's going to be very difficult for them to block him off completely. It's going to have to be a perfect smoke from Shroud, but then they're exposed to the player on Catwalk. So really tough decisions for Cloud9 here, and Fallen's already got the intel.
The good news is the timing works out a little bit there with Fallen unfortunately jumping around. So now Cold's going to try to peek, but Stewie grabs him. So a good start at the very least in the bomb. He's going to go down on the floor, but also very quick on the retake. Now Fur, he's out in the open, and nobody's even trying to cover for him. He grabs 2. Will be traded out by Shroud as he pushes himself into the bomb site, but he leaves himself in the open. So Fallen, he's going to take him down, and it's just on Stewie. Tries to go for the Hail Mary pop flash. He's out in the open. That's actually a great pop flash. It's going to waste a lot of time, but he didn't find any kills with it, and now he's just on the run. He might end up giving this up. He's going to try to rotate back over here through the connector, trying to find the kill onto the diffuser, but Taco is going to snip him off. And Luminosity will find yet another round here.
An okay thought by Stewie, a desperation play really in a 1-on-3. Too much manpower for LG, they had it all covered. And that comes down again. I mean, you could see a nice shot from Stewie, at least opens up Catwalk, but Fur, I mean, with the man advantage as well, he's just hiding in the back of the bomb site, and Cloud9 has nothing that can really root him out of that position. And we've seen just buys throughout this entire half because Cloud9's had the losing bonus for so long, but they can't get anything going.
And now we're going to be getting on to this round. It's looking actually very straightforward this time from C9. No attempts to try and throw fakes over to the A-bomb site. No attempts to really try and throw even really fake smokes or anything. They smoked off mid is just a little bit of a diversion, but probably not going to work too well considering how aggressive Luminosity is now getting. They've already started to move players off the B site. They know what's happening. It's just C9 is being way too slow with this actual execution. By the time they actually move into this site, Luminosity is probably going to have all 5 of their players here ready to defend. I'm
fine with this. This is the one issue, is that Fur's already on the flanks. He's already got the intel. But Cloud9 trying to simplify things, trying not to spread out too much across the map, too many moving pieces. We get the opening kill, but I mean, this is the story of this half. The Ops rain in, Fallen and Cold each getting one. Nice flash, and Fallen has nothing to block his vision. Up on top, misses a couple shots, a little uncharacteristic, and with the full confidence, he keeps taking the fight, but there's Cold. He responds quickly onto nothing, and Shroud, the only one left. He gets one kill coming through the smoke, but one's descended behind him, and he's not ready for it. Fur aggressive. And still, Cloud9 is blanked.
So close from Cloud9 on so many of these rounds. And that's another one brought into the 1v2, but at the end of the day, they just cannot clutch it out. So Luminosity still reigns supreme here, continuing their conquest forward. That a single round drop so far in this map against C9.
Now going back, desperation. I mean, they could have probably forced some AK-47s and had a little bit light on utility, but they're just saying, all right, we have to get rounds. We need to save one, in the sense that just go light on our investment with pistols and light armor and some smokes. But we need to have everything we could possibly need for the last 3 rounds of this half. We need Skadoodle with the AWP again. We need all the smokes to block off Fallen. Actually, apparently that doesn't matter whatsoever. He's got 2 kills, and now FNX going to run right through. Finds a blind Skadoodle wrapping around. That flashbang is a little bit unfortunate, but again, he finds the kill either way. And Fur cleans it out. So a blind kill and 1 through smoke. Nothing going right for Cloud9.
And only losing 1 player along the way that time too. So if there was any doubt at all that Luminosity were having trouble building up the economy, they just reassured it right there. But back into the mix now. 12 rounds straight, I do believe. And again, like you were mentioning, just no punishment on the Fallen whatsoever. So these players just get picked off. And even when that smoke comes in, still is able to time another shot against Shroud. So here comes the big investment once more from C9 with full utility and everything, even the op going into the hands. But they're going to continue to play aggressively. Fur just flashes his way through underpass, picks up that first kill. Skadoodle trying to find a first shot of his own, but he's not able to connect it. And he's been dropped down himself to 14 HP now. So another round that just starts off so poorly from C9 because of this aggression coming out from Luminosity.
Yeah, perfect timing on making an aggressive play like this. LG, that's so cruel to do to Cloud9 when you're already up 12-0. They save one and you know something's coming, and actually Fur, he might walk right into the crosshair. So this has got to be a 1 battle, and it is. Down to a 4-on-4. Skadoodle takes a very passive posture because he's down to only 14, but still more aggression. It's a deep angle in the B halls for the Luminosity defender there. Mid control as well with 2 members, 1 a connector, 1 off catwalk. And then Fallen, the nightmare for Cloud9. He's been on this A-bomb site with this op, just raining death.
So now C9 taking a moment to sit back to themselves here and figure out exactly how they want to play this.
I mean, this is the other product of all the aggression that we just saw out of Luminosity. Cloud9 probably feeling a little bit nervous. Maybe there's another push somewhere. They saw Fur flank behind him just a round ago. They've got to be very careful. It doesn't even matter. Cold finds the shot. Nothing falls.
A little bit cautious of there being a hit through the apartments this time, but that's not the case. But again, no follow-up from C9, which is another big issue too. They lose these teammates, but they don't really try to follow things up and continue their execution. They just hold back, and it gives time for Luminosity to fall back and realize, okay, it's not going to be a B hit. It's probably just focused on mid, so now we can come back and support it once again.
Yeah, they've kind of been put in their place a little bit. You're exactly right. A lot of these deaths, just there hasn't been traits to it. You can see there 2 for FNX. Stewie's been found out. The bomb's down on the stairs. He gets 1 kill and a 1-on-3 again, but only 10 seconds left, and he's going to get swarmed, and there it is. You're exactly right. A lot of these deaths towards the end of this half, you can see Cloud9 maybe just feeling a little bit hopeless at the moment. They're not gaining any ground for any of the players that they give up.
So we'll continue to be a flawless half so far from the Luminosity side of things. Only a few rounds away at this point now from closing it out completely, and now we're just going to get into the ridiculous rounds here for Luminosity too. Is they're going to bring the auto sniper into play in addition to those 2 ops, and there's Cold finding a kill with style. It's actually Fur that ends up grabbing it, but Cold does connect the shot as well. Fur finding a second one on his own there, takes down Skadoodle, and as well Fur just finding another one, and there you go. Round's over. Just in a few seconds. We can't keep up with all the action. They're dying so quickly.
Fallen and Cold with these options have just controlled this entire match. This has actually been incredible. That this defensive setup, it came out on round 4, and there's really been not very many rounds that they actually feasibly had to be worried about losing. They've just been so dominant.
And now, again, on to the last round of the half. Even if they can win this one, it's going to leave with a 14-1 half and a huge run they'd have to make to get back into this game and try to round a comeback against LG. And if not, if LG claim this one, He'll be a pistol round away from a 16-0 flawless victory against C9. They're going to try to go back out towards mid again. They do have some pressure coming in from underpass. Gold, however, is going to miss that second shot, so he does end up going down due to him being overexposed. So far, leaving things into a 4-on-4, and Cloud9, they do get control of middle to try and execute themselves a little bit later on here, possibly coming in through the connector, but also with an option to go back over there up towards Cat, too.
Yeah, but they still have the final boss of Fallen to deal with his AWP. Haven't found a way to stop him just yet, and he's actually giving up the A bomb site, giving up a lot of control, not going towards CT spawn, going to get aggressive towards mid. The smoke will fade soon, and Cloud9 still hasn't made a move anywhere. The bomb is still very far back. Nothing's going to have to control this. They're running out of utility as well. They have 2 flashbangs, a Molotov, and a nade. They have no smokes whatsoever. There it is. Fallen finds Slemmy. Good teamwork as well. FNX covering him from the other angle. And now Skadoodle's the next to fall, and it's a slaughter. It's going to be a 15-0 half for Luminosity. This is where Cloud9 during halftime, what do you say about it? You just say, guys, let's get a round. Let's get one.
Although Shroud, what the heck? Picks up 2 kills. He's on 3 himself. Jiggling a little bit. Oh no, watch out. Don't burn yourself, Shroud. Down to 36 HP. And now he's got this into a 1v1 against Taco there. But Taco as well, he's going to be coming out through the window looking for the auto sniper kill. He's going to deny it. And it'll be 15-0 at the half for Luminosity.
This is going to be rough now, and you can see Shroud maybe a little bit of frustration. Had a chance there. Some nice shots. See a glimpse of it. Some of those we've seen, I mean, we saw it against Cloud9. The glimpses we've seen in this match, you know, it harkens back to what they did against CLG. Just outskill them. You saw a little bit there from Shroud, but we just didn't see it enough in this matchup. These ops just shut him down entirely.
That too, and just towards the end of it as well, like you were mentioning, Cloud9 just seemed like a completely broken force. Not even really seemed like they're playing too much together as a team almost. And some of those rounds just dying so quickly. It's like Luminosity absolutely shutting things down. So now Luminosity, they'll jump onto the T side. They win this round. It's all over, folks. Cloud9 not being able to rank up a single round on the board. And for themselves, they've gone for a pretty typical 3-2 split here. Putting some of their presence back over to the B bomb site. And for Luminosity, they've got mid control. They're already in their way in through connector, but nothing it's doing. They picked up the first 2 kills. So they're going to hold this for the time being. Slemmy finds another one, so maybe they're not done just as of yet. Nothing, topping away a 4th. And it'll be left to Fallen in a 1v5. And again, no damage done. So C9, they're not going to be knocked out of this one just as of yet.
Fallen finds a kill. Nice measured shots there. Still a 1-on-4. Cloud9, if they lose this round, that would be heartbreaking. And there's really nothing Fallen can do here. There's no armor. He's got no nades. He's only got a decoy to work with. There is plenty of time on the clock, but he's got to find some kind of opening. Switching over to the USP, and you can see these shots. He's just trying to pre-fire angles, maybe bait a Cloud9 member into a peek. It's not working yet. It does there a little bit, but he can't react fast enough.
Trying to push himself up through the connector now, and he can find somebody through the panel almost, but it's not the case. Now, they're slowly going to be able to just box them in at this point. Nobody really actually trying to come in and shut them down, but there we go. He picks up another one. Finally, though, nothing shuts it down. And Cloud9 will find their first round. But now they have to run 14 in a row just to tie this up and take it into OT.
And the chance coming out.
Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, as Cloud9, they do have a round onto the board here. Second round investments coming in. Very heavy on the rifles as well, including 2 scouts on both Shroud and Skadoodle. They're not taking any chances now. They're going to try and hold this back quickly. Shroud spotted the play. That nade can do some serious damage, though. Really only hits 2 players. Big shuts down Taco, but there we go. There's some more kills coming out. Shroud and Slemmy stack up 2 themselves. Slemmy a second for himself, and Fallen's going to get shut down by Shroud. It's 15-2. A longer row, but they put themselves on it.
This crowd is just, you can tell they've wanted to cheer for the entire first half. They found a reason now, so they're going to do it. Why not?
And now, of course, Luminosity, too, with no reason to really rush things. You can tell they're just not investing anything into these rounds. They don't really have to. Just save for the gun round, and all right, we still have a 13-round cushion, so we have no reason to worry as of yet. We can easily just throw these couple of rounds away here.
It would be cool if they would just decided to buy up, because this is one of Henry's big triggers. But that's a nice shot for Shroud. A second jumping shot, and a third. Shroud comes up big. He does eventually get taken down. He wanted to go for more, but he shuts it away. Nice round from him.
And at this point, too, nothing racking up one of the final frags. It's just one left. It's Fallen in the 1v4. Gonna try to close things out of his own, but he's stuck over here in the corner of the bomb site, trying to go for the no-scope. It's not gonna pay off. Now trying to go for some fancy footwork. The knife is out, but Skadoodle denies it. Takes down Fallen, a third onto the board here for C9 as they very, very slowly climb the ladder back. But now the timer's over. And for the guys on LG, they've built up enough cash, so they're gonna have guns in their hands coming into this next round.
That was really, really nice from Shroud, obviously. Very pretty. Cloud9 now with the double op setup of their own.
Hope.
right into the... he did it right next to the Cold Zera emblem as well, the new graffiti. Why not? It's trying to duplicate it. Either way, this is the dangerous round. Cloud9, well, this is one of potentially 12 dangerous rounds for Cloud9. Fur's going to lead the way. They're going to come right through the smoke, but it's FN actually finds the opening. There's Shroud with the op. It rings out, but he's in a tough spot. He's already getting pushed. You can see how aggressive LG is. They do not want to let this defense have time to recover. Stewie's on the flank. He's about to find the bomb down. So Skadoodle, big job to do, but he gets assassinated from behind. They don't know Stewie is here yet. They might now with that gun drop.
Trying to hold on to the bomb at this point, too. And he's in a good position, too. He's only really got a hold from one angle, but he doesn't know this as of yet. So still going to be checking on both sides. Now this is that patient test that we were talking about before, though. There's no reason for him to push back out. He's got the bomb control, and there's currently no risk in being flanked. Moves out, finds a first pickup, looking for another one, but he's got to be careful. He's out of bullets now, switching over to the pistol. Executes him, 6 HP left sitting on Stewie. He's going to have to try and close it out. Spots Taco. Going to throw the molly over the bomb so it can't be recovered. He's got the reload now, looking for the closeout, but it's not